welcome in my show. I'm Kelcey. That's Lang.
What up?
It kind of looks like we're wearing the same shirt right now because it's covered, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So from now on, Lang and I will be wearing the same shirt.
Weathered
gray.
Yeah, whatever.
The NBA Finals are happening this week. Well, they're starting this week. Hopefully they go to 7 because we all love a little
drama.
A little drama.
We need something to watch on TV now too. There's not a lot else on, so.
Yeah, there's some stuff on.
Sports-wise.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we talk about our favorite NBA Finals MVPs?
Yes.
I have my list ready.
I do as well.
Okay.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first with
All
my
right.
number 3.
Do it.
Okay. Because I'm going to go in order of my favorite.
Okay.
Okay,
Same.
my third favorite was the 2006 NBA Finals, Mr. Dwyane Wade. I feel like this was like peak solo performance. He had 654 points in that playoffs. The last 4 games, he had 42, 36, 43, 36. He went absolutely ham every single game. Historic run. That was sweet.
All right, I'm going to go with a team that beat the Miami Heat 2011.
How rude.
Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks beat the Heat. Remember, Dirk was sick, and LeBron and Wade thought he wasn't sick, and
Drama.
he managed to persevere, and the Mavericks finally got their title. Dirk got his title because a lot of great players end up not getting that ring, and that was when Dirk finally got his. So I'll go 2011. Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay, I love that you just segued into this because my second favorite Finals MVP is the only person in the history of the NBA to win the Finals MVP and not get that ring that year. And I'm going to go with Jerry West in 1969. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going way back. Only because my first one was like a historic run.
Yep.
So I'm going to stick with my history and say the only person to get that Finals MVP without winning that year.
Well, my number 2 is actually a guy who won the Finals MVP, and a lot of people thought maybe he shouldn't. 2015, Andre Iguodala on the Golden State Warriors. A lot of people thought LeBron maybe should have won it, even though he lost when he was on the Cavs. But Iguodala was the first player to win the Finals MVP and not start during the season for his team. But remember, the Warriors got blown out game 1. The adjustment was they took Bogut out of the lineup, replaced him with Iguodala, and put him on LeBron. And he didn't really stop LeBron, but he just slowed him down a lot. And it was
and
enough.
That V stands for valuable.
Yeah. So Iguodala got the MVP that year.
Okay. So. My number 1. Okay. So my number 3 was a historic run.
Yeah.
My number 2 was history. No. Yeah. Number 3 is a little bit of Canadian history because it's the first and only NBA championship that the country as a whole has. I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard's second Finals MVP. This was, I guess he's one of only 3 players to ever win it 2 times.
Yep.
So that was his second time. He averaged 28.5 points, almost 10 rebounds. He put an entire country on his back. And it might be recency bias, it might be hometown bias for me, but because I still get my little heart warm even thinking about it, and I was there watching every game, covering every game, that's going to be my number 1
It means
favorite.
a lot to you. It's personal.
It does.
I have my number 1 is also similarly important to me personally. It was 2007. The San Antonio Spurs, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Spurs ended up 4-0ing the Cavs. But at the time, I was working for Slam Magazine, and we were going to put whoever won the Finals MVP on the cover, and it seemed pretty clear that Tony Parker was going to get the Finals MVP. So before Game 4, I was talking to Tony on the court, and I was like, "Hey," and we figured this out. We got a photographer ready. We were like, "He's going to run up to you on the court, sort of like the commercials. I'm going to Disney World, right?" We were like, "He's going to run up to you," and the Spurs are a dynasty, so we were like, "Do the dynasty sign, like the Jay-Z dynasty sign."
You talked about this before the game.
Yeah, I was like, "If you guys win, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it, but if you win, let's do this." And Tony was like, "Great." Then as the game was happening, I remembered that LeBron and Jay-Z have a very close connection and a long history. And I was like, oh, no, like this could be seen as like Tony Parker on the court dissing LeBron as soon as the finals game ends. And I was like,
we want drama,
we got to stop this.
Drama.
Oh, no, we got to stop it. So as soon as the game ends, I was like, I got to figure out how to get out there and like close this off. And I couldn't get on the court. I couldn't do it. And eventually I found the photographer, and he was like, yeah, I couldn't get to Tony anyway, so it didn't happen.
So, Lang could have been part of NBA history,
like a historic
beef starting.
Yeah, but it didn't happen. But anyway,
that would have been sick though.
Tony Parker, 2007, is part of that run. You know, he got one more ring playing with Kawhi when he had his first Finals MVP there in San Antonio.
Man, the NBA is juicy.
It's great.
Get your popcorn ready. The finals start. Underneath here, we would love to know your favorite finals MVP, but we'd also love to know who you guys think is going to get the finals MVP this year. Give us both predictions. No, one prediction, one look back, memory, history. And make sure you're wearing a gray shirt when you do it. We'll see you here next week.